Welcome Wargamers to another Mid-Sussex YouTube video. You are here with Sam, just me, no one else, and we've got a very special video for you today. This is an SBG review video. As you can see in front of you, there are the previous 3 copies of SBG from as long ago as autumn 2014, which you should all hopefully have by now. But we're not going to focus on those today. We are going to focus on SBG Issue 4, which is out this Friday. Let's put it there. At Ardicon, and I guess very soon after on general release. I imagine once the guys are back from Ardicon, if they haven't sold out, they'll get another print run, and yeah, you'll be able to order these. If you want any of these magazines, contact Damien or Tom on the Facebook page, or email sbgmagazine@gmail.com, and they'll give you all the relevant details. If you donate £10, you'll get one of these lovely paper copies you see in front of you. So yeah, there's the plug out of the way. Well worth it. As you can see, I have one of each, and there is also one of each at the club. So if you are interested in having a look through these, then feel free to pop down to Mid-Sussex Wargamers, talk to myself or Craig, and ask us where they are, and we'll go and fetch them out of the storage for you. So yeah, you can have a look through. But yeah, so we're going to have a look at issue 4, because I've not really had a chance to look at it much myself yet. Obviously I'm not going to show too much because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. This is a kind of a review video. I was fortunate enough to go to Damien's yesterday, Monday, and pick up one of the copies. So there's a little bit of glare there because the window's behind me, but a pretty awesome cover. Where's that coming from? I'm sure you've all seen the cover. The sun's just setting between a crack in the clouds and giving me horrible glare. Well, noting that the cover is the first one that doesn't have a hero on it. It's just a Mirkwood Ranger and a spider, but a very, very cool cover nonetheless. And after being heavily involved with issue 2, I know how much work goes into these covers. The minute changes in angle, that goes into getting these cover photos perfect. Okay, it's not the window, it's the light. I'll be right back. There we go, sorry about that. You can slightly see the cover now. I had to change the angle. So yeah, what was I saying? The front cover, is awesome as always. So they spend a lot of time on that, and I think the front cover has to give a good first impression. But yeah, if you want to see a better quality cover of that, go to the Facebook page. I'm pretty sure they posted it up not too long ago. It's kind of a little teaser for us. As we move into it, see we have no, it's not. It's on board slightly. We've got obviously the editorial and the contents page. Standard stuff. A little description of how it's grown over the last however many months for issue 4, and why issue 4 is kind of almost an expansion to issue 3 instead of its own standalone issue. And obviously a few teaser photos on the right hand side there. As we go over the page, we've got news from SBG Towers. Kind of just a few stats about there of where the where the most magazines have gone. Obviously the UK being the highest, just because obviously the guys are based in the UK. There's also a competition down here, which you can't see. Yeah, it's at the bottom of the screen there. The Where's Thrain. I've had a look. Damien was being very coy last night about how many Thrains there are, and some of them are super sneaky, and the price for this is insane. I'm not going to spoil it, because I want you guys to have the same reaction I did, and I don't think you might just be able to read it there, so we're going to flick through quick. Obviously there's a bat rep here called the Hunt for Thrain, which is like a mini bat rep. This is one I actually helped playtest quite a while back now. It was a good few months, so it was interesting to read and see how the guys developed it. and considering it's only on a 2x2 board, it goes on a fair amount of turns. We then see the return of the Doctor's Corner with a quite apt article. It's about the negative stigma surrounding the hobby, you know, and toys and whatnot. And I have to say, this is probably one of my favourite articles, you know, out of all 4 SBG magazines, just because of, you know, how it rings so true. You know, I'm sure we've all had that kind of negative comments, you know, from people who don't play toy soldiers. So yeah, it's just Damien talking about his feelings. Some nice photos of Lego. They're not ever so slightly. Which, if you're like me, you love the Lego. Spoilers. GBHL Jamie returns for another tactics article. This time talking about the 3 wizards. You know, about how they use their magic. Which, you know, is, for an experienced player, they probably, you know, would know this, but for a new player, it's gold dust. It's very good. I mean, you know, even I learned something reading this. I consider myself to be fairly good with wizards. So see, Jamie did the cavalry article in SBG Issue 1. We might have done the anti-cavalry article. Again, some more awesome photos showing all the wizards. Gandalf the White, Gandalf the Grey, Saruman, Radagast and Eagle. You then come to the big bat rep, the show bat rep, as it would be. You know, showcasing Dol Guldur once again. Some special rules here, which are quite fun. This bat rep's slightly different. It's a points match bat rep, instead of, you know, your standard themed scenario, which obviously presented some different challenges for Jamie and Jamie and Damien, who were playing it. So instead of going, this is what you're using, they actually kind of got to pick, which is interesting. There's some nice objective markers down here that they've made courtesy of Steve Crow. So yeah, don't want to spoil the bat rep too much, but lots of cool photos. There's a nice addition of a kind of a very vague map up there, you know, about who controls what objective and how many VPs people are on. So it actually allows you to keep track of, you know, who's winning, you know, through the wall of text, and some very awesome photos. There's another map there. Is it Golb? Yeah, Golb and Gandalf fighting over Saruman up in the top right there. Something interesting's happened for Damien there, but we don't want to spoil too much about the bat rep. Cover up that photo because that gives it away. We've got a let me get SBG Issue 1 to cover up that. There we go. On the right there, you've got a new army list, the Garrison Dol Guldur. If you have looked at the 7 Stones army pack, you would have seen this. You know, it's basically you know, anything that is in Dol Guldur is in this army list, and you can use it. Obviously, it's not an official Games Workshop army list, so it can't be used at their events. And I would say that it's probably not going to be in use at many events. It's obviously up to TO discretion. You know, whether they want to use it. I'm sure in the future it will probably be in use at Army Sussex events. You know, up and probably even when, you know, Games Workshop release their new Hobbit book. So I'm sure there'll be some sort of Dol Guldur army list. Would be very surprised if the Necromancer from Dol Guldur didn't get a new army list in the There and Back Again book, which is due out in a matter of months. Moving on, there's an article about how Barry built Dol Guldur, which is awe-inspiring. You know, I wouldn't even know where to start. And this kind, you know, it's like your classic Battle Games Middle Earth. You know, almost a step-by-step guide, which is, you know, really handy. And quite, it's really interesting to read, to see how people go about, you know, building scenery. You know, I don't scratch build scenery. I much prefer to buy it in a box and build it up and paint it there. But this is absolutely incredible. You know, it's incredible even in, you know, the unpainted stages, as you can see there in the top. But it's all stage by stage. You know, well, simple stage by stage. You know, showing how he built different bits, how he did the detailing. You know, sketches. So a thumbs up from me, Barry. That's a fantastic article. I probably won't be copying it, but certainly something to read, and to all those aspiring terrain makers out there, it's very, very, very useful. We're only just halfway through it, so it's a thick old magazine. There's still obviously some more about the article, how he did the metal work, the vines, obviously showing all the archways, some trees, thorns, how he made all the foliage. I mean, that's incredibly cut. It just beeped at me. I'm not quite sure what the camera did. So yeah, like the leaves were literally just dried leaves chopped up, which is very time consuming, but it looks the part. And I think, as he says in the article, it's a lot cheaper. Steve Crow returns, maybe, possibly, with how he reposed his Merkwood spiders, and they look awesome. In their fully painted form, they're just incredible, and you wouldn't know, how much work's gone into them, just to repose them. Shows you how to make the cages for the objective markers, and he's hung his spiders off a few, which looks incredibly simple. That might be something I'll try, maybe one day. How he did his stone bases, basically tinfoil green stuff and a scalpel, which is simple yet effective. A nice wide shot there of all the spiders he converted for the guys. And onto the extremely talented Matt Davies, who goes through non-metallic metal painting for one of his lovely custom ring wraiths. If you've seen them in person, they're absolutely stunning. They don't even look non-metallic. They're incredible. If there was one thing I could take from Damien's house, it'd probably be the 9 custom ring wraiths. Matt did a fantastic job painting and sculpting them. Yeah, plug there for Generation Shift. Go check out his bases. He is expanding the range, I think, at Ardicon. So check out Generation Shift page after Ardicon to see what he's been working on. I think we're getting near the end. There's a nice photo there. I was going to try and hide it, but it's a bit futile. I said to Damien, I want it as a poster. I mean, you're not even getting the full view of this. You really want to see it for yourself. Don't rely on my rubbish camera here. The camera does not do it justice at all. I'm going to try and beg Damien for just a copy of that, so I can print it out nice and big and frame it on my wall, because that would look awesome. And it actually has a little bit down at the bottom here about how he made it. It's actually a magnetic, it's a fridge magnet in essence. I think Matt Davies did that to attach it to the scenery, which is incredibly cool. And Steve does a little quick bit at the top there about how he made the dying Gandalf, or wounded Gandalf, objective marker, which is they're both incredible. I wouldn't even know where to start with something like that. So kudos to you guys. Onto the final pages. We've just got the hobby vlog, talking about what the guys have done. There's some photos. Move that over, and also the usual stuff about supporting SBG, showing off the competition, which is a box of Hunter Orcs and Gandalf the Grey worth £32, courtesy of old Toby Wargaming up in Huddersfield. So thanks to them for doing that. And you get 1 entry per £2. Yes, £2 to the PayPal address, and obviously if you donate a tenner, you then get a nice copy of the magazine as well. And on the back we have a big advert for the next Old Toby Wargaming event, which actually clashes with our Mid-Sussex event, but obviously we're opposite ends of the country. So if you're up the Huddersfield way on the 6th of November, then go check that out. Sounds like it could be good fun. It looks like an escalation event. 2 games at 450 and 2 games at 750. So contact JT or email awkwardbattles@gmail.com, and they'll give you all the details. So yeah, there's just a quick run through of SBG. So we're now up to 4. Obviously, well, I guess 1, 2, 3, part 1 and part 2, as Damien was saying last night. Oh, we can't see that. Let's pan up. Look at them in all their glory there. So yeah, very cool. Well done to the guys for getting it out, for Ardicon. I think at some point they were working at it over the Atlantic. So yeah, this will be available at Ardicon 9 a.m. in the convention hall on Saturday, and obviously throughout the weekend. But obviously, the quicker you get there, the quicker you can find all the thrones and claim the mystery prize. Obviously, to claim that prize, you do need to email sbgmagazine@gmail.com, and they will, if you're the first to guess the correct amount and the page number, then you'll win the mystery prize, and you won't be disappointed. Is what I'm going to say. So yeah, there's just a quick run through. Obviously, I didn't want to show too much because I don't want to detract from the wow factor. But hopefully, it's just giving you a quick overview. I will give this one 10 out of 10, like I've given every other magazine. I don't think the boys have put a foot wrong. So cool. So that's pretty much all there is. I say all there is. There's a hell of a lot. So yeah, just to remind you, if you are lucky enough to be at Ardicon on Saturday, go and say hi to the guys. They'll be there from 9 a.m. in the convention hall. So make sure you go and support them. Again, if you're not able to go to Ardicon, I think they are now taking pre-orders. So email sbgmagazine@gmail.com, and one of them, probably Tom, will get back to you and give you all the details you need. And I'm sure once they're back from Ardicon, they'll start sending out sending out all these delicious issue 4s. And then if you don't have a chance to do that, then pop along to Mid Sussex, because we do have one of every magazine stored there for you guys to come and have a look at and read instead of playing a game. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it and not waffled on too much, and we'll see you next time.